Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a short message. Being so that we have set our time. Was it back? Yes. So that it will now get darker early and light, darker early, and the sun come up, I don't know, early. I don't know. But we set our time back. Um, I decided I wasn't going to do a video today, but I don't know where I'm at. I really don't know where I'm at. We just had, not just had, we had death in the family. And my mom is her last living relative outside of her nieces and nephews and her children. hmm She's the last living. But now my dad's sister is the last living. She had a brother, but he died a few days ago. Mm, 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 mm. Now she's the last living relative outside of the nieces and nephews. Ain't that deep? I mean, you talking about a family. I think my mother had 13, and I think my dad had 12. And be the last one standing? Mm. And then I got, about an hour ago, I looked at my phone and realized that my aunt, that's the last one standing on my dad, had texted me a bill. And she said, if you could, she didn't say help. She said, if you could add to a donation to help. Yeah, that's what it was. A donation to help. And as I looked at it and I thought, I said, this is the first of the month where everything is due and you really simply don't have it. And I just thought, she sent that to me yesterday. I'm just not seeing it today. Her sending that to me. But I also thought all of her family, her nieces and nephews, that's here in Missouri. She has my mother, which is her mother, her sister-in-law, but those two don't even communicate with each other. But all the rest of them are her nieces and nephew. All of my siblings and all of her other nieces and nephew. My uncle who just passed away, he had, I think, seven or eight children, all seven. And in my mind, I'm saying, okay, what's going on with them? And yes, I do know the lifestyle that they have lived and they're living leave them not having anything to add to it. So they're trying to collect to have a service here. They're bringing him here to Missouri and they're going to have a service here. Um, and I don't know who all are going from out of town is going to. But I thought about how she sent me the bill and asking me if I could, donate toward it. And that made me feel it makes you feel good one way but sad the other because you don't have it. But it makes you feel good that she feel that you are the one that would if you did. You see, so she knows that. And she hasn't talked to my sister and them, my mother, none of them, because she don't really deal with them. But for her to just send it to me, a copy, and me myself, I was like, wait a minute. Uh, Why me? Have you ever asked yourself that? Why me? 'Cause she knows the type of person that I am. Uh, and that I would here. That's what she sent to me. I can't even. Can you see it? It's a bill. It's a bill. You know what? I got this light. There it is. I don't know if you can see it. It's in. She sent it to me, and I never did understand. And I did. It kind of threw me off because I'm like, okay, I should be the last one that be receiving a bill. To. But then people think they believe in you, and they think that okay, you're the type of person that would. So that's what made me feel good for her to think that I would if I could. And she had no idea that I could not. So when I saw it, I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to give her a call, and I'm gonna have to call her and let her know I did get it. I got it yesterday. I didn't even pay any attention. I get texts, emails. I don't be on the phone like that. I don't. Well, you would think that I would, but I don't. So I didn't get it until yesterday. So I have to get with her and let her know that this time I'm going to have to pass up on that, and that'll be okay. That'll be okay. She should be able to understand that this is the first of the month, and I'm bone dry. You know how it is. Everyone knows. Uh, Everything is due. But what this message today is, I was listening to this guy again. He's a pastor, but he's also is considered a scholar. He teaches Greek, Hebrew, and he's probably a couple of years older than I am. I can't help but feel that this man, I think that's my aunt. I have to give, yep, that is who that is. Ooh, I have to call her. But this man, when I'm hearing him, it's almost like in me, I be thinking, are you watching my videos? You see what I'm saying? Because some things he said, it's like, it's something you done said, but you just can't pinpoint if he's really getting it from what you said or is he getting it from this Holy Spirit. Um, so I was looking at him today and he was saying some things, and I was like, I was able to really measure it out by just paying attention to what he was saying. And you can tell that he knows something, but he flips it away that it becomes what he come to know. But you wonder how do he get from one level to the level of where he's teaching it. You can hear him telling you the truth, but you can also hear how he's making sure it don't sound like something somebody else said. I'll put it like that. Let me put it like that. And I watched that and I said, is that good or is that bad? Truth is never bad. It is a good thing to always hold firm to truth. When you're speaking it, when you're teaching it, when you're trying to reveal to people and you're speaking about the Most High Yah, always know that it's all about truth. He that holds truth, he that is all truth, the Most High Yah. It's not so much about I said this or I taught that or he hurt me or they hurt me. It ain't about that. It's about people bringing light out of darkness. This stuff need be because this represent the Most High. So when I see that, I'm like, wow, did he hear me say something? Because he lines up everything to almost what I'm saying, but he turns a different corner. So I was just wondering because the Spirit spoke to me 3 days ago, and He spoke to me about me talking about decrease. He says a lot of reasons why decrease is in the season of this day. It's a lot of reasons. Um, and I noticed that he wanted me to know that people watch the video and what you're teaching, but what they failed at is this is what the father was telling me. He said what they failed at, Deborah, they don't share the video, nor do they like the video. And with me, I'm like this: if you don't like it, don't like it, you know. But he was showing me how more people would tune in if it was shared and if it was liked. And I'm stuck in those 7 years, y'all. It don't make me no difference. I just know it's over. And it's over trying to get people to line up with what the Spirit is saying in you. And lining up with that is like a seed that's planted in you. And then you receive increase from the same one that gives me increase. You see, in that way. But he was saying that to me, and I still today ain't figured out the measurement of that. He say that there's no light and there's no sharing. You don't plead with no one to share nor to like, and I don't, honey, because to me it be like whatever, whatever. So he was just telling me it's a whole host of things that lines up with decreasing, you know, uh, because of the midnight hour we're in. Don't expect the increase, but the decrease. And in the decrease is me myself. I would prefer the body of Christ increase, and those that is not in the body would decrease. That's me. That's how I see it. Um, so I do know that's the way that I would prefer it to go. But everything don't go our way. I cannot say that nothing have gone my way. I also have a what she call it, a home warming. My daughter, my youngest daughter, she's having a home uh warming, home something warming, and she wanted everyone to come over to her place. No one had. I never saw her place. Uh, and I think I'm the only one haven't. Her other siblings, they've seen her place. I haven't. So this is going to be my first time going over with all of us are going over and see her place where she stays. She stays on her own. And my thing to her was, if this is a home like um, shouldn't you have a list of what you want, everybody to bring? And she said, it's really, I just wanted to see everybody. I miss everybody. I wanted to just have something where I can see everybody. Um, and she said, if people want to bring like paper towel, tissue paper, dish liquid, stuff like that, um, she'll be appreciative. But she says, for as she's been in this place probably 4 months, and I guess she's gotten everything. I don't know. I haven't been over there. This is going to be my first time going over to her house. Um, I might even video it so you all can see me and my children all together. Now, the one that's in Texas, he's not going to be uh, joining us, and I don't know who else she has there. Um, but that's where I'm going to be heading in the next probably 40 minutes. But it's just so much I would want to say at the housewarming, but I really shouldn't make it about what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? This is not my event. I'll make it my event, huh? Sister Deborah can't do that. But I'm going to tell them as my children, my grandchildren, and my children, I'm going to ask them, did they receive, I don't think they received anything from my aunt. I know they didn't. Sending them the bill to help with the funeral arrangements. No, I don't think she did, but I'm going to talk to them also about what I'm saying here, talking to you about. And I know the first thing they're going to say, but why haven't she sent it to all of them? I know they're going to say that. And again, I'm the one that they know she only communicate with. But now she's the only aunt on my daddy's side that I have. Isn't that something? You mean to tell me that? Do that make me only have one aunt? No more uncles? You know, I never thought of it. She's my only aunt. Uncles. Ooh, y'all. I never thought of it like that. Big family like that. That's it. See, you would never know that things are actually happening and we are just living and not even, I would have never thought of it like that. I never thought of it like that. So my mom is the only aunt to her side, and she's the only aunt to my daddy's side. Wow. So I only have one aunt. Wow. I didn't think of it like that. I was just thinking she was the only living one. But it also make me not have no more uncles, no more aunts. She's the only aunt. So much for that. Y'all time is winding up and out. I haven't watched TV today as far as really watching it. I heard the man speak this morning, but I haven't really gotten into TV today. I guess because it's so much, it's actually taking place to where you're just trying to put things in the right perspective to start off the next week because there's so much taking place and out of order. So you just got to make sure everything is back in order. This has seemed like a rough uh, start in November. But I don't know what happened to the people who received SNAP or food stamps. But I will say this. I went into Walmart, Sam's, and Dollar Tree today. I learned, which something y'all might not know about, but I'm going to write it down. Something that I had no idea. I had no idea. But it is what it is. Let me make sure I have it right. I did not know that the percentage of us in America, the percentage of Judah in America is this low. Let me get it and make sure I got it right. That bothered me, but we're down to 12.9% population here in the United States of America. Okay, now that's where we stand today. When I saw that, I was like, let me see, let me get this in here. The Mexicans or Spanish speaking people have and the Europeans are, oh yeah, yes it is. No, we are 12.6. We are 12.6, and the Spanish speaking are 18.9%. So let me do something. And the Europeans are 59.3%. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, so that leaves us something like 9% other nationalities. Okay, so here we are having Europeans. What did I say? 59%, 0.3 or something like that. And the Hispanics are now is after the Europeans. It used to be Europeans, African Americans, and then Spanish speaking. Now it's European, Spanish speaking, Spanish, Mexicans, or whatever, and then African Americans. We're down to 12.6%. Now, what are we fighting with? What are we fighting with? Nothing. No matter what takes place on the earth, understand this. It is impossible. It is impossible for us to be the majority of any wicked and evil here on the earth. We can't be the majority because we are the minority. We can't be the one that's on drugs. We can't be the majority on drugs. We can't be the majority robbing and killing and murdering. We can't be the majority on food stamps. We can't be the majority on welfare. We cannot be the majority nothing. When you got Europeans, 59.3% of the population. Even when you stand the Mexicans, the Spanish speaking, up against that number, they too can't be the majority. Let's see if you put the Spanish speaking people with the African American people. We still can't be the majority. Not with the number of Europeans that's in this country. It is impossible. You see, it is impossible. Okay, so what that leads me to understand is when we have dropped down to 12.6% of the population, that alone tells us something about us. Okay, are we going to see it? No. You're not. You're not going to see it. See what? The light. Because the 12.6 is that loss. They're that loss. Okay. Now, the percentage of the whole number we could be. Because if 10% of 12.6 are on food stamps, then we're the majority people within our country, in our nation, in our percentage that's on food stamps. But we're not the number one, the majority that's on food stamps. It is the one that's 59.3. They would always rank when it come down to the Mexicans and when it come down to the African America. The Europeans would always have the majority in anything that goes on in this country. They'll never make you know that or think that or understand that because you're too busy killing one another and doing things to destroy one another, to where something that you need to know, you don't know. So with this, I look at this and I had no idea we had dropped down to 12.6 for us a population. And we going down for us the numbers. We really going down. So it's nothing to even think that there's a war or a fight should be in this. It's what's been going on since we've been here, and that is unjust, unrighteous. When one think that their population is stronger or better or that can defeat the African American population, that is connected with hate. That is connected with a wicked and a demonic spirit. Because when they look at everything, they should be able to take their percentage and say, truly, they can't be the majority. It's only 12% of them. Truly, the Mexicans can't be the majority. But I experienced something today. I went to Walmart, and then I went to Sam's, and then I went to Dollar Tree. All of these Indian looking people, we got another say 9% that's not counted for. And I'm thinking of Indians, Orientals, people. But when I went out today, I noticed that these Indian people, and it almost it's just strange how it seemed like they were the only one out. I'm for real. These are the people who are also gaining a lot from being in this country, because this country has set up a separate fund for them to be able to inherit from this land. I really do. I really, 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 really think that. I don't even think they do it for the Orientals like they do it for the Indians. We know they don't do it for the African Americans, as they call us, or the Mexicans. The Mexicans, that's a lot. 18.8, 18.9. That's way above us, y'all. It's way above us. And even in that, we would have to take a seat. If we have to be set aside, set up lining up with the Mexicans. We might as well have a seat. We just that far down as far as the population. We small number. But I seen a lot of Indians out spending money today, and they are the ones that had big carts. And then I also seen a lot of Europeans out. And I'm like, who goes into Sam's to buy these one item or two items? I thought Sam's was a place that you see people buy in bulk. But today people were out buying 2 and 3 items, and that I saw a lot of Europeans in Sam, and I was like, everybody buying 2 and 3 items. I ain't never seen Sam's down to uh uh where people are in there, because you have to pay extra taxes, extra. Why go in there to buy 1 or 2 items, 2 or 3 items? You see? So what I'm looking at is people are not wanting people to really pay attention to them, not purchasing and not getting. In the stores, you saw people with few things, 2 and 3, maybe if the most 4 or 5 things in they buggy, in their cart. Oh yes. Oh yes. It led me to realize within myself, just thinking, there's more people on food stamps than people think. Oh yes. There's more people on food stamps than people think. And there's a lot of Indians that I think they get food stamps, but I think they get it a check too, because they were getting a lot of food, but it's, a lot of them was buying other things. But I observed what was really going on, and and let me tell you the reason why. When I got in there and I noticed it was crowded, I said, "Oh, they must have turned on the people's stamps." That's what I'm thinking. But I always knew that the government in this country have made how would I say, a deal with the Indians, that they come over here and they get food stamps and they get a check. I know that without a doubt. That was over in North County. I'm in St. Charles, but this was over in St. Charles, Missouri. This is over in North County. And I've seen them Indians, that's exactly where they head to go grocery shopping. I mean, they have, especially around about the first of the month. So they get some funds from coming from somewhere. Uh, don't think that they have a lot. These are people who come here getting and receiving all kind of funds. But you see a lot of people that today, I saw a lot of people not having in the line, long lines, and they just had 2 or 3 things. And I'm like, this is crazy. It is. It really is. And the stores, I'm gonna tell you, every time I go into the stores, I say, how is it they are allowed to raise this stuff up? Like, yeah, they didn't raise this stuff up so high, and the people don't care about the idea that everything is being double. They being 2 and 3 times charged for something that wasn't the price that it was even a week ago. So what is happening is they have set it up so well that you be focused on everything else that's going on that you ain't got no business focusing on, to where the people in the country don't see that they're raising every expense sky high, from even getting car repair, from even everything. Everything is getting. Well, these people upstairs are really making a lot of noise. But yeah, they I went into Walmart, and it was sky high. And I had just been into Walmart last week. Now come on. And somebody like me that watches the ingredients and watches the prices, let me tell y'all, for real, it is sky. It's getting out of control. It's totally out of control what they're charging you now. It is totally out of control. But if the people don't pay any attention to it, it is what it is. See, it's the people who stand back and say nothing because they feel it's hurting somebody else. See, that's what's wrong. The people in this country, they say, as long as it ain't us, we can afford to get it, let it hurt them, or let it hurt other nations or other nationality. That's how they thinking. But when they look up and they realize it's affecting majority of their 59.3%, then they'll start to see, well, wait a minute, we should do something. No, you ain't gonna do nothing. It's too late. It's too late. So I noticed that today. I noticed people were out. The buying was totally different today. This is the first of the month. It was totally unusual. The carts of the people were empty. It didn't have very much, you know. But it's just a lot of things that I was paying attention to today. I listened to that man this morning. I was paying attention to where he's getting his, and I thought, when okay, he had to have been listening to the video. It ain't. It's not like Yah is not giving it to someone else. He is. But listening to this guy, he'll pull in with truth, but he'll go all other ways, you know, to make his point and come right back to what he was saying at first. And all this going around wasn't even necessary, you know. So I was watching him today. So that's something else I did. Um, I tagged in on the percentage of how many of Judah is here in this country. Very little. Y'all wouldn't have to get a small remnant out of that at all. You know, it looks as if the number is going down. That's a small number. 12.6% of African Americans here in this country. What else I was going to talk about? A lot of things. It's just so many things one can talk about in this day and time. I think that's pretty much it. Um, Stay tuned in or tune up and in with the Most High Yah. I would say that. Don't get off of balance, because I think it's going to be those who's holding on is the one that he's holding on to. So I, Sister Deborah, I'll be back tomorrow morning with another message. And you all have a wonderful Sunday and prepare for tomorrow. I was telling you, I knew I was going to tell you all. No, let me not talk about that, because I'll just say I'll be back. Shalom and shalom.